Well, hello everyone, Dan Hurd with Dan Hurd Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. Today, I am checking off one of my bucket list. I am here at Mount Antero digging aquamarine. Wish me luck, and I hope you enjoy.
So, as you're walking up here, the reason this mountain is more secure than it looks is because of those hydrothermal pushes up.
Okay.
You know, every fourth or fifth crack will have a barrel or aqua deposit inside of it. That's some of the micaceous ore that we get up top. Oh, go ahead.
Now today is all made possible because of this gentleman right here. This is my buddy Brian. You may recognize Brian from a TV show, The Prospectors. Brian, say hi to everyone.
Hey everybody, welcome to Mount Antero and the Thank You Lord Aquamarine mine. Dan, I can't thank you enough. Been wanting you to come down for years. Today we get to do it.
Awesome. And as I said, this is one of my big bucket item lists that I've always wanted to do. Ever since I saw Prospectors on, it was the Weather Network, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I fell in love with Mount Antero aquamarines, and it was one of the big things that transitioned me from gold into rocks and gems. So Brian, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dan.
So our big job, well, our first big job was to drive up Mount Antero, which was an adventure on its own. Way up in Jeeps through the craziest roads you can imagine, all the way up. We are here at about 12,000 feet right now. Very high up, and we just drove that in Jeeps all the way up here. The next stint is about a 300-foot climb up into the pockets of gemstones that are right up there at that rock outcrop. But Brian tells me that on my way up, I should be able to find some in the debris that's coming from the amazing pockets above. Now, one thing about being at 12,000 feet in elevation, the air is very thin up here, and me with my bad lungs and my questionable heart, I have to take things slow. Luckily, taking a break every couple minutes gives us a chance to dig through and see if we can find our first gemmy crystal.
We have found kilos of aquamarines just sifting through the sands and gravel coming up the hill every morning.
Okay, there's my first aqua, but oh boy, is it tiny.
You got it. Yeah.
He did.
That's what we wanted.
Oh, and I dropped it. Whoops. There it is.
We call those little needles.
A little needle of aqua. That might need the close-up camera, just because it's my first. Now this is about 1 millimeter across, maybe 3 millimeters long, so it is a tiny little thing. But Brian is pulling aqua crystals like 2 and 3 inches in diameter out of this site. So we'll get a lot bigger than this today. There's another one, just a little section of crystal. This is more about greenish color, looking good. We're almost at the pocket though. And one in a rock still, just again, a little microcrystal, but I think there's actually a few more back here. This is part of one of the pegmatite veins. As I get up higher, they're getting more prevalent. And look what Dana just found. Turn it out so you can see the good one. Oh yeah, nice.
That's a pretty specimen.
That's a great specimen. Dana is killing it. Check this out. That might be smoky quartz, that might be fluorite, and the blue all through its aqua. That is a great specimen. Huge vein through there.
What'd you find, Dana?
Look at that.
I didn't bring my
So I think I'm just gonna sit down right here and start picking up aquas because they're everywhere. Look at them. Aqua, 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 aqua. everywhere. Now it's time to find the good ones. So this stuff is mostly just blue beryl. Now that's what aqua is a blue beryl, but we kind of wait till it goes gemmy before we call it an aqua rather than just a blue beryl. That's a nice little one.
In the middle of a barrel cap.
So Brian is calling us up to show us where all this great material is coming from, but it's hard to walk over so many crystals.
That pile down there is all ore. A lot of this is all ore. You just can't see it with the rusty stains. When it rains, this is all blue.
Look at these pieces. Blue beryl everywhere.
Several thousand pounds out of this. You can see the contact still there.
Yep.
There. It goes through the walls. This is just the top third of it. So it goes down the hill at this angle, back another 20 feet. So I stopped right here because it's time for me to do a safety scale.
Yeah, there's a lot of dangerous looking rocks up top there.
So I'll spend a couple of days up there just prying rocks down. And what we've found between here and the bottom and another spot up there, that it'll be pocketing throughout this area.
Now you showed me down below some of the facets that you've got from this material already.
Yes.
Crazy, amazing stuff. Are we finding full terminated clear crystals here, or is it mostly fractured on the surface and you're looking for the good spots inside?
There are a few terminations, but a lot of it's what I call etched, or just nodules, where it's chunks that did not quite have enough room to have a perfect termination. Another term for it's irregular growth planes. Basically just filled the area that was left and turned into aquamarine. They look similar to what I call icebergs, or etched crystals would be the two things that most people call them. So this is a beryl vein that has aqua pockets coming off and heading across the canyon. We have gotten giant crystals up here before, and as we dig across the canyon, we're expecting to get into a zone that should have a lot of top quality terminated crystals. All of this needs to be brought down first, and as late in the fall as it's getting, maybe the end of the year or next year before we get into the pocketing system again.
But hopefully today we'll find some of those big chunks of the irregulars you talk about, and I really hope to find one good terminated crystal.
They're definitely in the bench down here.
Okay. Okay, Brian, where should I dig?
I would say start here.
Start here?
Where we left the pockets off, down there to about another 20 or 30 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna start right there, underneath the dangerous rocks.
A bag to collect for sure, but there's hammers and sledgehammers and bars and picks and rakes and...
This is a nice piece right here.
Distracted with pretty rocks.
Here, drink.
Oh.
in there for an hour or two and knock another 1,000 pounds.
This is so much fun. That's the best of the day so far for me. Nice. This is pretty cool. I just broke that open, and that's just straight blue beryl aquamarine, some mica in there. That's a neat little piece. Hopefully we can find one of these pockets that actually has a terminated crystal in it. Brian just came over to have a look at it.
It's a thin layer. That indicates to me that
We're on the right track.
we're on the right track right in here.
Yeah, I'm finding more and more nice stuff looking stuff.
And you'll start seeing the deeper yellows and orange pocket mud. So as you get these, you'll see it start coming out of the cracks of where it's still in the rocks.
Okay. So I am finding lots of little crystals in here, but gem mining like this, a lot of it is just time and moving material. A talented person, just because they have talent, doesn't instantly go look down and pick up the best crystal of the day. You have to put in your time no matter what. So right now I'm just moving material, and hopefully I get down to a spot that's showing me the crystals. Now this is the first time I have, well, second time I've looked for aqua, so I don't really know what I'm looking for yet, but I'm finding little pieces, I'm having fun, and hopefully by the end of the day we get at least one good one. Well, I just moved a rock from here and the mountain didn't come down on me. That's a good thing. But I see falling out from behind some blue Not quite aqua yet, but blue barrel coming out of there. And I see on this, oh, there's a pocket. Throw that in the pocket. I see on this big rock, more of it.
You can see the smokies coming down there too, so that might be a good one. We'll set that one out and
Set that one aside.
You could get one hiding behind there as
all I
well.
ever really do before.
Should be able to loosen it.
Blew through everything that's falling
Yep.
right now.
Yep. And that rock is definitely in place. It has not been moved.
Look at that. Look at that. Just all through it. Nice.
There's rock moving up top here.
This one here?
Just up here, so I'm worried about that one. Yeah.
Okay. Great looking stuff coming out of here. Look at that. Just all. None of it is aqua, but it's all blue barrel. We definitely have pocket clay down here. That's this really bright yellow stuff. And Brian was telling me when you see pocket clay like that, that is a good sign. Let's hope it translates into actual crystals. So we're really working here to get a couple of these big rocks that are really showing lots of blue in them out at the moment to see if they hopefully open up into a pocket of crystals in behind. There's some real nice looking stuff, but it's really wedged in here.
Manhandling that
I
rock.
got her out. Anyone got a hammer?
No. Well, we have.
Dave.
That's a hammer. Woo-hoo-wee.
We get an awful lot of texts.
Chris, have a look at this here and tell me spheres out of this wouldn't be frickin' phenomenal.
Wow. Look at that.
The whole rock is that.
Could be a pocket in and under that for sure. Could be up or down, either one.
There's more of that same material.
Wow. Yeah, probably get that one off the top first.
I see the first crystal right there. Look at that. We're gonna get the close-up in on it. My first aqua crystal. Well, I've had lots of aqua crystal. First big one. We've been digging for a long time, making a big hole, hoping we get into a new pocket. And so far, not very much. A couple little aqua crystals right on the end there, and some mica. Getting some nice little guys. Haven't found that showpiece yet, though. Okay, I don't know what it is. I see a face on it, so let's get it out of there on camera. Ah, foiled. Not what I thought. I think what I saw was the mica associated with it, like on its side. So it was my lame eyes. I saw some mica there that I thought was the face of a crystal. So not yet. Haven't found the big one yet. It'll happen. Bigger and bigger crystals in the granite.
This is like mine in way south. Yeah, that small one is great.
That's nice blue.
Is that what I just broke off there?
Yes.
Yeah.
See if we can pry them up from the bottom or down from the top without rocking that.
That next one, yeah, it's
That
loose
next
already. Yeah, this next one will come once these are gone. It's that loose. Can we get these bottom ones out?
There you go.
Look at that.
One of them. There has to be aqua crystals in that. There has to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just that little glance. Absolutely.
Oh, we are getting there. We're getting some nice looking stuff in here. Every crystal, whether it be aqua or quartz or feldspar, is getting bigger. So we're getting into a place where bigger crystals form, and just great color.
That feels like a crystal.
That one piece sure does.
Yeah.
Got this little tire iron over here. Might be the right size to get in there and try to flake some of that out.
Good idea. Use a screwdriver. Look up.
We've got screwdrivers somewhere.
Now you were saying before, Brian, that the iron staining, it's the yellow iron staining is an
Yeah,
indicator
there's
of
yellow,
crystals?
orange, and red. So there's 3 colors. See, that piece has got the yellow on it, on the tip where your hand is.
Right here?
No, on the little piece you just
This
pried out.
Yeah, this is the yellow you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The orange.
That's got a little pocket on it. Stuff's getting really buggy. Little one.
Big bug. Big bug. Ooh, I broke. Right at that crystal. I broke it.
Drum roll.
Is it a crystal? Yeah, no. I found something underneath my hand. I was just pulling down material, and I actually saw it tumble. It buried itself. I looked at it, and then I buried it again. But it's right missing. And there it is, gone. No, there is a crystal here. I guarantee I just saw a crystal. This is hilarious. Oh, there it is. Oh, I see it. Right there. Look at that. Let's get the close-up on it. Oh, let's get the close-up. There it is. You see it there? It is definitely a blue aqua crystal. Oh, there it is. That's a nice one. Oh.
Nice. Dan, you found my missing crystal.
Okay, how big is this, Brian? 5 carats?
4 or 5, I would.
4 or 5 carats.
And I would just turn that into a lens. Just polish it on both sides.
Well, that's exciting. Let's get digging more. Ha ha! And another. This is where I should have been digging all day long. Ha ha!
Talking with Melissa there about doing a 2nd annual Prospector gala there. We're just thinking about where we should host it. I mean,
Well, I love the whole concept of it.
A big one. You can actually see the crystal, like there's a slab out of the middle of the crystal. You can see the crystal structure of that one. Very cool.
Some of this that's similar to that, you'll cut it and it's barrel on the outside and there's a tube right down the middle of aqua.
wow.
Cool.
So you'll see it actually transition in the same stone.
From opaque to translucent.
And from opaque to translucent and transparent.
Transparent.
Wow.
So some of these pieces have all 3 transitions.
Absolutely loving this. Finding gemstones, sitting in the most beautiful place I can imagine. And just sitting here with other miners, chatting, talking mining, talking rocks. This is the life. Oh yes, with the beautiful Dana as well.
Bears
And another one.
and
Getting some nice ones here. Just a matter of time before a huge one pops out.
do these.
I don't want to go, but Dana says I have to. So I found one more really nice one, and it's probably my best of the day. So that's a good way to end it off. Though we're not ending off the video because I have to show you what Brian's been pulling out from right here. Look at the color of this aqua. Deep, deep, deep blue. This is definitely the best of the day. It might not be big, but it's enough to make a facet out of. And I am happy with that color. Wow. But just wait till you see what Brian has. What color did you say this was, Brian?
Santa Maria Blue. Santa Maria Brazilian Aqua is known as in the finest in the world. And we're hitting a zone this year where we're getting colors that are that dark and darker. So
Nice.
we're really excited about it.
So apparently the trick is to sit down your butt, slide down the hill, and pick up aquas as you go.
I see.
And I think Chris just found one. He just yelled aqua. Even walking downhill, I'm having to stop and take breathers. There is so little oxygen up here in the air that it is hard to breathe. It's crazy. I think that brings me to a great opportunity for today's geology lesson of the day, which might be more of a geography lesson. Anyhow, thin air at high elevations. Well, air pressure can be thought of quite similar to water pressure. You know how you go deep down in the ocean and the water pressure gets more and more and more to the point it can crush things? Well, air is basically a fluid just like water. And as you get deeper in the atmosphere, closer to Earth, it gets more and more and more pressure. And down at sea level is where the pressure is the highest. And we don't feel that as high pressure because that's where we live. We are accustomed to pressure at lower elevations. But when you start going up in elevations, like we are here, 12,000 feet on Mount Antero, the pressure is much less. And because the pressure is much less, there is much less oxygen being compressed into a smaller area. The amount of oxygen is expanded up here, and as you breathe in, you're breathing in less oxygen. Less oxygen being breathed in means less oxygen going into your blood. Less oxygen going into your blood means you run out of energy or run out of breath, like I'm doing right now. Too much talking. So, high elevation, less oxygen, harder to breathe, and harder to exert yourself. Just like in the ocean, the deeper you go, the more pressure it gets until it's crushing. And the reason there is more pressure the deeper down is air or water is actually got weight. And the pressure is the weight of the air above it pushing down on it, squeezing it down to the earth. Yes, we don't think of air as having much, if any, weight, but it does. I think it has 14 psi, is that right, at sea level? Anyhow, pounds per square inch. It has weight. The weight of the atmosphere is pushing down on the air, making it higher and higher pressures the lower you get because you have more air on top of it. Just like going down into the ocean, the more water you have on top of you, the more pressure you have. Okay, I can't show you everything that Brian's pulling out of the hills here, but he let me show you a couple things today. Here is one of the crystals he's been pulling off his claim. And the reason I can't show you everything, although I do have a few more other than just this one, the reason I can't show you everything is Brian has a big announcement coming out really soon about what he's doing and the future. So, he's only letting me show you a couple of the amazing finds right now. Of course, countless smaller things that will be made into facets. Little faceted gemstones. This is what we make jewelry out of. Aquamarine looking just like this. Beautiful colors. And some of these things are just unbelievably gemmy. Gemmy. Okay, one more big one just for a tease. But if you want to see more from Brian's pocket, Brian's claim, you're probably going to have to follow Brian on social media. Facebook's a great spot, and he is going to have some awesome announcements really soon. And here we are, some of the facets coming from this material that Brian's pulling out of the claim. Okay, Brian, this beautiful oval aqua you have here, how much does it weigh?
I think the oval is 7 carats.
The oval is 7 carats. 7 carats of beautiful aqua. You just can't beat the color, clarity, beauty of these aquas. And this one here, I'm not brave enough to take out of its case. Look at that. Brian, thank you so much. I had so much fun and I checked off something off my bucket list.
Thank you for coming up. I love it up here. Spent half of my life up here. and I love sharing it with people.
Awesome. You have some of the best looking aquamarine gems I've ever seen. And I got a few for myself today. So that is awesome.
That's awesome.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me that thumbs up. If I haven't earned your subscription yet, I hope I earned it today. And a big thanks to everyone for watching. Until the next one, bye.